the fuck was that?
All righty.
We are live.
We are live. Welcome, chat. Welcome to another episode of By Any Means, the greatest show on Player's Choice. Let me stop it. But I want to start no beef. Juwann, I'm glad to finally have you back as a co-host. I've been out here riding this ship dolo by myself. Before we intro our guests, I want to say first thing, shout out to our Player's Choice members. Shout out to our GOAT members, IDWC, Hermayez, Avion Plumber. Shout out our Hall of Fame, our superstar members. I appreciate all of y'all for being part of the Player's Choice community. And if you want to keep being a part of the community, everything you need, all the information you need is inside the link below. Whatever you need is there. We got a lot of great things coming in Player's Choice, more IRL content. Obviously, the panel is doing what it's doing, all the shows going on. But with that being said, we got a big time guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
New Jersey. That's we know we gotta say it first, Jersey, because you know that's big on this podcast. You know we rep this state heavy. Anthony Brown, University of Oregon, them no good stinking Boston College Eagles as well, but that's beef from the I went to UConn with the BC, but no disrespect.
None taken.
Quarterback for the Roc Nation. Shout out to the Flock, the Baltimore Ravens. Anthony Brown, welcome to By Any Means, man. We appreciate you coming on the pod.
Appreciate you having me.
I'm no C.
Yeah, I'm glad to catch up. AB, we haven't talked since I want to say maybe 2020, like COVID. I remember last time we spoke was during COVID while you was I think it was right when you was going to Oregon. Because the last time we spoke. Yeah, you was home. Just right at the peak of COVID. So I'm glad to catch up with you. Juwann, we are glad to have you back as the co-host. I want to give you a congratulations for signing a deal with the Indianapolis Colts. The Player's Choice community is behind you, bro. So congratulations on that. But today's unfortunately, today's not about you. So, AB, let's kick this thing off, man. Quarterbacks are said to have egos. They say that it takes a special type of character or a player on a team to be a quarterback just because of everything that comes with it. So, for you, when did you want to become a quarterback, and at what moment did you know you were going to be doing this at the highest level, or you can make it to the highest level?
I think I wanted to play quarterback like right before I started playing flag, and it was because my cousin Jared Allison, he went to we grew up in Mattawan or Cliffwood, New Jersey, but he went to Mattawan Regional and he went to UNH. I'm pretty sure y'all know him. Y'all know a lot of his older teammates, or some of y'all older teammates played against him, played with him and stuff like that. But when I was younger, sat there and watched him for like 2 hours, sat still. I was like three and a half or something like that. My dad said, he was like, yeah, that's when I knew you wanted to play football. And then started off right guard. I was throwing
right guard,
right guard, number 40.
40.
I was right guard, number 40, and then after practice one day, me and my cousin Dejan Rogers, we was throwing the ball with each other. Coach was like, "Nah, you playing quarterback." And then from there, it took off, and I just kept training for it. And like, I don't know, in our area, we was kind of big, so I always felt like I could be something in it. And not only did I feel that way, is like our play was just, we felt so much more advanced at the time as far as like who we was learning from and stuff like that. We kids learning from Charlie Rogers. He was a Pro Bowler at the time in the league, and our uncle. So this is an everyday thing. We training with him every day. So when I was younger, I feel like I had a chance to make it. And then as time went on and blessings arise, it just kept going. So the dream never ended.
That's dope. Who were your receivers in high school? Because I mean, it's hard to make it to that next level without.
So in high school, my senior year, it was Michael Stapert, Marquis Ellington, Jeff Sheard, Khalil Haskins, Chris Chukwuneke. I had my boy Wiggs, Zaire Sterling, Tyreek Hall. Boy, we had some weapons down there. We had some weapons in the shore, man.
So you never went to school with Saeed?
Never.
Oh, okay. I thought I was your receiver.
Saeed, so a lot of the kids that was from Manalapan went to my high school and vice versa. So it was just like that. I never went to Manalapan, though.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my dog Saeed too, man, for sure. Shout out to Saeed. So Boston College, man, what was your recruiting like? What was your recruiting like? Obviously, I feel like getting recruited to play quarterback is a lot harder because I do know one, obviously, is the amount of I probably film that coaches look at when they're picking the decided quarterback. So you're only gonna probably bring in one a class. You know, there's not too many classes where you bring in more than one quarterback outside. That might be the one that's on scholarship that's coming in and then a walk-on. And then not only that, what was it like deciding, you know, based off like competition and stuff, where you wanted to be at?
It was so like my recruiting process was kind of interesting because it didn't really start until going into my junior year. But like growing up, always me and Dwayne trained together from the years of, I don't know, probably 7 to like on after that. So like
Dwayne Haskins?
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins. So rest my brother.
Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace for sure. 100%.
Man, we was training from young kids together all the way up. So like I used to see him get his offers and stuff as a kid. And like when we was youngins, freshman year, he getting offers, Jared Garantano and them getting offers and stuff like that. But I ain't really get nothing. So I'm like, you know what? I'll keep working. And my junior year, Liberty came along. Coach Daly, Joe Daly, receiver coach, offered me my first scholarship. And then from there, it kept going. And I ended up committing to Boston College. But I wanted to go to Virginia Tech. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to go to Virginia Tech to follow that Michael Vick, Tyrod Taylor, and that string. I wanted to do it, but I'm glad I chose Boston College. It was more of like a both decision, life and football decision for me. Playing in the ACC, obviously, but also they say it to you. It's like a cliche, but you getting a 4-year education for 40 years.
Definitely.
Like, I got 2 of them in 3.5. So
for real.
How was the schoolwork? How was the schoolwork there? It was hard.
Hard. Like people, I don't think people understand how hard schools like Wake Forest, Stanford, even Cal Berkeley.
Vanderbilt.
Crazy.
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. Man, these schools are not easy at all.
Duke
is crazy.
But most of these schools, what people don't realize is like a lot of these schools, like y'all know, I mean, we know because we played against these schools, but a lot of these schools, their acceptance rates is like below 10%. You just see you just think the reason why the school is so prominent is because you know them from like a football program or something like that. But those schools, you can't just apply and get in. Like it is the course load is rigorous, and not only is the course load rigorous, you still have to. You're dealing with like the top 1% of most of these kids across the country in terms of like schoolwork. So if you don't play football and stuff like that, like it's not the same to just be able to get into a school like that. So go ahead, Juwann. No, go ahead.
I was going to talk about, you know, what kind of led to your final year switch, you know, going to Oregon. You know, that was a big move. That was a big move. Man. That had everybody excited. You know, You know, you don't see a lot of Jersey kids at Oregon on the West Coast. So
facts.
Take us through that.
Yeah. Hey. Our last game of the year, we played against Pitt that 2019 season, and after that game, we found out during the Sunday meeting that Coach Adazio had resigned or whatever, and we didn't have a coach. So I talked to the AD, I talked to our interim head coach, I talked to everybody that I was supposed to talk to, and asked their permission, like if it was okay if I can go in the portal just to see what was out there. I wanted BC to still be my number 1 school, and so recruiting process started like a week after that, and a lot of things happened, and all of a sudden, Coach Cristobal and me got in contact, and I took my visit. Boom, country gets shut down.
COVID.
COVID kind of shut the country down after I took my visits to Oregon. But even when I was out there, I kind of wanted to go out there by myself. I didn't want to go out there with my parents, even though I love my parents to death. Yeah. And I needed to know that I would be comfortable out there alone because they weren't going to be there with me for however long I felt like I was going to be there. So loved my visit. I just felt comfortable there. I felt comfortable with the team. Felt comfortable with the facilities, obviously, and it was something that felt good. And I was gonna go with my gut, and I was like, all right, we're just gonna do it.
I love that, bro. I love that. But you came out and set the tone, though. So like, people got to really understand. One of your first games. This is the second game of the season. You played number 3 Ohio State. You got a 12th ranked team in the country. Y'all play Ohio State. You throw for 2 touchdowns. Obviously, did we lose him? He might have lost him. I know he's back.
No. Somebody called me.
No, you're good. No, you're good. You throw for 2 touchdowns. You duel it out with CJ Stroud. I mean, it was a hell of a game. Take us through that and what that moment was like. Because obviously, you've gone through an entire journey to get to that point. So, what did that feel like for you?
So, I mean, shoot. I'm not even gonna lie. I called Saeed the day before the game. Called Saeed, talked to Saeed about that game when they beat him at home with the block field goal or whatever. And he was just talking to me. He was like, man, you just can't have no fear going into that stadium.
I don't know.
It's like it's something different about being there. You playing against Ohio State where this team is used to just beating people, like literally just beating people. And you go in there with no fear, it'll change the way the game is. And during pregame, we started talking, me, Verone, and then we got to talking around the locker room as we like thinking about it and listening to music, people warming up and stuff like that in the locker room. Not even before we even go out on the field, we over there talking. And we're like, man, y'all can't have no fear today. Fear is in the back of your mind. That's the last thing we worried about today. We step on this field, they got to play us. As simple as that. And after that, it was just go. You see, like, if you go back and watch that game, there was no point in time where we felt uncomfortable in that stadium. And I really, really appreciate my teammates for that. That was a big one in my lifetime.
That's amazing, yo. That's really amazing stuff, man. Like, I think it's crazy because I'm a big Ohio State fan, but I think in that game, like one of those games, I was rooting against them just because we got a quarterback from New Jersey. Like, I know you. Like, I'm rooting for because you carry like I think Juwann, you could attest to this too. I think y'all both could. Is like, do y'all feel like y'all carry New Jersey in every stop on the map that y'all end up when it comes to this game?
Man, what?
Definitely. Definitely, bro. It ain't a lot of us, bro. So
not.
We hold each other strong, bro. Always rooting for each other. Ain't no hate between any of us.
Never no hate. I don't care who you
that's
are.
A fact.
I love you. Simple as that.
No, that's a fact, though. I think we have a legitimate bias for each other, but that's what I think makes us great. Like, we know who we are. I give like, for example, like Kyrie Irving. Everybody be violating Kyrie Irving and all this.
Facts. No cap.
That's Kyrie, man. You feel me? Like, he's from the state, Like, he's a baller.
What you think about Pac-12 ball, bro? Because I hear Pac-12 ball is shitty from a lot of people outside.
Pac-12 ball is shitty to people that don't play a Pac-12 schedule all year.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I can't go into explaining anything. Like, people say SEC, Big Ten, but when you have like a top-heavy league, it's like, okay, you got Bama, LSU, Georgia, and Florida damn near every year, right?
Yeah. Yo, I've said this so many times.
That's an every year thing, though, right? And then you go to the ACC, is Florida State, Clemson, Miami sometimes,
Virginia Tech,
right. Michigan, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Nebraska sometimes. Like, in the Pac-12, you don't know what's going on. Yeah, okay, it'd be Oregon, it'd be Washington, it'd be Utah, and stuff like that. But after that, it's a fight for 4. Like, you don't realize, sometimes these teams that be up top in the Pac-12, they be up there, but the bottom teams ain't really bottom teams like you think they are.
Yeah,
they just happen to be losing.
Right. This year, I think, and I'm glad you brought up the Pac-12 this year, Wani, because the Pac-12 this year, I think this year, I don't think there's going to be a tougher conference in football.
Yeah. All eyes on the Pac.
The Pac, I'm going to tell you right now, to me right now, if you consider yourself a college football fan and you're not staying up 10 o'clock to watch these Pac-12 games, you got to understand.
It's gonna be fire. It is going to be fire.
About, I could just name off I won't even name the team. I'll just name the quarterbacks. This is Shador, Caleb, Bo Nix, DJU. What's the quarterback name from Utah? He's back again. Cameron Rising. Dante Moore is going to be taking over at UCLA.
Mike Penix
at Washington. Michael Penix at Washington. The quarterback that goes to Washington State. I wish I could think of his name, but he went to Infinite World. Yeah. And he's like that. And he's in his second year. So I'm like, that's going to be a conference. If the Pac-12 doesn't have a team in the playoffs, at least one, just based off the competition of the conference, shame on the committee. Because
I was about to say because there's not going to be a team that's undefeated in that conference, bro.
No, there's going to have to be a one-loss team. But one of them one-loss team, that conference is going to be too crazy. I can look at it like this. I think Utah's going to beat Florida this year in that first game of the season.
They should.
I think that I think they should. I'm not gonna lie. Based on this, how many guys they get back, they should beat them. And I
thought they were going to win that game last year.
That was in the bowl game. That's what they played.
No,
right?
They played.
They played regular season.
Was it the first game of the season?
It's like the first and second game of the year. Anthony AR though, your quarterback, he bugged out though.
Did he?
He balled out.
Yeah, he bugged out. He looked like Lamar Newton out there. He was bugging. He was bugging for sure. No, he was bugging for sure. But yeah, I think that conference is going to really be that close. Where if a Pac-12 team doesn't get in, shame on them.
For them.
Yeah,
I'm excited for them.
I mean, Colorado's going to have all the attention in the entire country.
The only thing I'm not liking is I'm hearing of teams trying to leave the Pac-12, trying to get either the Big 12 or. I don't like that.
Y'all trying to go. Well, you in Arizona. Yeah. So Arizona and Colorado are looking like two favorites to go to the Big 12.
Yeah, that's trash.
But y'all was originally in the Big 12 though.
Yeah, I know.
But it's because you got to remember, USC and UCLA are going to the Big 10.
Yeah, right. That's crazy, man.
So the Pac-12 is not going to be what the Pac-12.
It's going to be dirt.
Yeah,
Pac-12 is not going to exist in a second.
Yeah,
they got to go out with a bang, though. They got to go out with a bang.
Bro, literally,
what? They got to go out with a bang.
Bro, literally this year they are literally going out with a bang because I don't think it will be the same after this year. AB, we got to talk about Roc Nation, man. So we got to talk about it all because the first thing I want to talk about is obviously you were part of Roc Nation's first inaugural class of NIL athletes. You had your own shirt, there was a website. You were the starter, the genesis of it. Talk to us about how you got linked up with Roc Nation.
Yeah,
and then after that, I got a follow-up question because I know where you also went to, and we got to talk about that too. We got to talk about that too. Okay. So talk to us about Roc Nation. How did that happen?
So my parents and my current agent right now were in contact. I haven't talked to the man at all, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this trip back to New Jersey and then drive up to New York, see the building. Man, I saw the building. They showed me the networking, and they showed me every analytic there was, and then just everybody in that building was so genuine in their self. It was cool. So I was like, man, I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm cool with this. All right, cool. So, and then from there, Roc Nation was just, they showed nothing but love, and they were so good. I just felt like, why not just continue this? So I kept him as my agent, or I re-signed with him as an agent because technically that's a violation due to NIL if you would have kept your agent. Right. But yeah, so I re-signed him as an agent, and it's been all love from there.
Did you meet Jay-Z on your visit?
Not the visit, but I did meet him after that.
That's dope.
Go ahead,
Juwann,
Jay.
you're not asking the real question, Wani.
Well, that's the real question.
You gotta ask him the real question, Wani. He went to the Roc Nation brunch.
Yeah, Uzi and shit. I seen Uzi in there.
Uzi. He met Franklin Saint. Like,
yeah, nah, that was major.
That's major.
Franklin, he's under Roc Nation too.
I think he has
ended up
something to
being
do
there.
with it.
Okay.
So come on, we gotta know about this brunch, man.
Yeah, I see those pictures. I see those pictures for sure.
We need to know. We need to know what's going on with the Roc Nation brunch.
What you want me to start with?
I mean,
so much
talk to me about, like, I know the invite gotta be crazy.
Okay.
I know they gotta send you some crazy invitation. It can't just be you on the guest list. No way. No way.
I got the invite, like, I want to say not even a week before the brunch. But I was already headed to Los Angeles. So when I got the invite and I found out that it was in LA, I was like, all right, cool. So I'm already going there. And they were like, yeah, this is the invitation, but you got to get your tickets. And I'm like, what you mean I got to get my tickets? And she was like, all right, just come to the office. You're going to pick up your tickets, and then you're going to leave. And I'm like, all right, cool. I get to the office. I can't find this building whatsoever. I'm in LA just looking around like, can't find it at all.
Right.
Security guard comes out. He's like, you look lost. I'm like, I'm trying to look for Roc Nation right now. I'm trying to look for the building. He was like, hey, upstairs. I'm like, all right, cool. He sent me inside. I get the tickets. Or they hand me an envelope. Big envelope. 2 little cards in there. It's 2 blue, like, hotel keys type of deal. It got a QR code on the back. And then on the other side, it's baby blue. Matter of fact, I still got it.
Exclusive.
Other side, it say the brunch on it. I had to keep it. Come on.
Oh, snap.
I had to keep
the brunch, nigga. Use my language.
The brunch. Wait, throw that card up there one more time.
What was
that? Brunch. The brunch. Yo,
where was it at?
It was in the hills somewhere. I personally don't even know.
Yeah.
But wherever it was the perfect place to have it at the time. Yeah. It was blazing hot that day too. I ain't gonna lie.
So did the room seem too heavy at some points to you? Like, because like everybody, like that's like one place where you walk to and like everybody you never thought you'd meet in your entire life is just all there at once. So you can like.
All right, so put it like this. My experience with the brunch was how my experience was walking in our locker room when our season like really, really started. Justin Houston, Lamar Jackson, Marlon Humphrey, you got Kyle Fuller, you got Calais Campbell, you got Roquan. He our age, but it's like it's
Roquan though.
It's Roquan. So Marcus Peters. Come on, bro. This is the locker room I walked into. So
yeah, facts. It's a star-studded team, bro.
Exactly. So I walk into that locker room and then I get to the brunch. Yeah, it's definitely everybody I was thinking who was gonna be there. But as soon as I walked in, I see JB Smooth. It was just like, huh? And from there, it was just like it was chill because it wasn't like you walked into a room where everybody knew they were bigger than what the room and the level is. You feel me? There was nobody bigger than anybody in there, like at all. As far as mindset wise, so it was easy to have conversations with people. It was people approaching me, so like it was a cool experience, and it was something that can't wait to do again next year.
Hell yeah!
Can't wait to go back.
Oh snap!
And it was the Grammys weekend.
So everybody was there.
all the musicians was out. So that's another thing. It was cool. It was cool.
That's amazing.
That's definitely one of those things you're never gonna forget. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things like football is gonna bring you to so many like crazy opportunities and like crazy events where it's just like really can't believe we here. Like
nah, for real.
It's dope.
One thing I want to add to what you said, AB, too, just about like, you know, and I think Juwann said it too, like you the 1%, like we the 1%. And I remember, I never forget, I had the opportunity to go to Michael Jordan's Cinco Tequila launch. So this is when right when it was coming out. So this is right before it was about to launch. I had this big party, and like obviously Michael Jordan was there. Cuba Gooding Jr. was there. I met Shane McMahon, Michael Strahan. Wow. This is like all of these are big names all around this restaurant. And I remember, in the way you said, like people just coming up to you, speaking to you. And I also think it's a way that you carry yourself in a manner in which you present. I remember Cuba Gooding Jr. I'll never forget this for the rest of my. First of all, everybody's in a suit. Like I'm in like a suit with a turtleneck. It's the winter. It's winter in New York City. Cuba Gooding Jr. comes up to me. He's in overalls, y'all, and like rain boots.
He's a nut.
No, I swear to God, he's in overalls and he's in rain boots. And he comes up to me and he hugs me. He was like, "I love the work you've been doing, man." I guess he thought I was like an actor or something. He was like, "What do you do?" And I was just like, "Yeah, you know, I do a little bit of this, I do a little bit of that." But I just say, no, I was like, I told him my name. I say, you know, just be on the lookout for me because in a few years, you're really going to be hearing about me, which you will be. But that moment made me realize, like, people who we look at and think they're, like, bigger than life, they don't always look at us and see us in that same fashion. They see us as, like, people. And so, like, depending on, like, most people carry themselves as fans. So when you carry yourself as a fan or as, like, somebody in awe of who you're around, I think that's more sense than, like, yeah, you're equal, you know? And that's what changed my perspective on so much, because the fact that Cuba Gooding Jr. was hugging me like he's seen me in some film, and he hasn't, but he just thought I was in something. I was like, yup, I know what I'm doing. Like I know how to. And then even in that room, though, like I shook Michael Jordan's hand. Like some people might tremble to their knees when you shake Michael Jordan's hand. You know, that was just to me, it was just like a real cool experience. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The one person I did fan out over was Shane McMahon, though. I needed to take a picture of Shane. I was like, Shane. I used to jump. Me and Juwann used to wrestle in his basement. I'm telling you, yo, I had like the Shane O'Mac, like the baseball jersey. Like I wanted to be Shane McMahon. He was one of my favorites because he was the fly guy. He wore the Jordans. He was jumping off the cages. I love Shane. So I was like, yo, I just idolize your swag, bro. But I didn't even say like a fan. I just like, yo, I'm just a big, you know. I just say, you know, I'm inspired by you, yo. Like you really kind of gave me some swagger, bro. I rock with you. But yeah, bro, that's really dope. Juan, you got something for him? I know you.
Nah, I'm just we could talk about adversity, switch it up a little bit before we go back to the I think we've all been through a lot of adversity in our career. You tore your ACL in college, correct? AB? Twice. Wow, twice. Yeah. I've torn my ACL in college as well. How did that help you, you know, mold you into who you are? Like, did you ever lose faith? Because that shit gets hard. Did you lose faith that you'd ever, you know, get back to the level you once was at? Like, were people talking down on you?
Right.
How were you able to keep going?
Shoot. Tore my first ACL. I tore my right ACL in 2017. Right before we played against UConn.
Yeah, facts.
NC State in the red zone. It was like around like the 14-yard line or something like that. But when that happened, I get to the locker room, I get to the training room, and the doctor, he was like, "I'll never forget this. This is a crazy moment in my life that I'll probably never ever forget." He's like, "I got good news and bad news." He's like, "What you want to hear first?" I'm like, "Bad news. I want to hear the bad news first."
Right.
He like, tore your ACL. Immediately when he said that, I started tearing up, but it was like I'm tearing up, but I'm like giggling a little bit. I'm like kind of happy because I'm glad that's all it was. Because when I tore my ACL, when it happened, the way I cut, it felt like everything in my knee was gone.
Right.
Everything. I'm thinking the worst. I'm like, man, I can't play football no more. I lost everything. Right. And when he said that, he was like, "It's like, yeah, you tore your ACL," and he like see me giggling, kind of like teasing and crying at the same time. He like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Man, I'm gonna play football again. I'm gonna be all right."
Right.
Like, all right, cool. So, I mean, there was times during rehab where it was hard. It was painful. I'm not gonna lie. It was very, very painful. And my mom had like just tore her ACL. I want to say like a year before that, or like in between a half a year before that. So like she was with me majority of the time, helping me with breathing techniques and helping me like rehab and make sure that I'm really taking care of myself. From there on, it was just like, all right, I got to get back to myself. I got to get back to being myself. And I feel like I never really got back to that point until I was about to, or until right before I tore my left ACL. Right when I left, or right before I left Boston College, 2019, against Louisville, red zone, running the ball, somewhere around that 14-yard marker. Man, it's a simple jump cut,
Right.
Million times in our lives, millions of times have we hit this jump cut. I just feel it separate. Snatched my helmet off, threw it, picked it back up. I was like, all right, you know what to do. It happened already. You good. No bone bruise, so like you'll be all right. And first thing I did when I got in that locker room, I was talking to my mom and my dad was like, he was tearing up a little bit, and I was just like, hey, we're gonna be all right. Don't even worry about it. Got through it the first time. It's another one right there. Like we all right. We're gonna be back in a year. Don't even worry about it. And my mom was like, she like just gave me a hug. She couldn't even say nothing. She just gave me a hug. She was like, I don't know how, but you strong. Because a lot of people, obviously, y'all know, would have folded in our situations. Like, even if you just tear ACL once, that's not something easy to come back from.
Right.
But both of mine being non-contact and like me being able to be the athlete that I am, one is a blessing. Two, it's not easy to come back from because now I still gotta run.
Yeah.
Still gotta pride myself on making plays and doing the things that I'm capable of doing, and I know I'm capable of doing. And getting back to that point, sometimes it felt like it was frustrating because it felt like, oh, I can't get back to this. I can't do this. But a lot of the times I had to remind myself, and my mother used to always tell me, you're not where you're going to be. Remember that. You're not where you're going to be. So wherever you're at right now, just realize that you will be somewhere else in the future. You'll be past that point. So from there, it was just up. And I went to Oregon. They had some great facilities for me to rehab. I went to Mattawan PT. Shout out to them. Shout out to my boy James.
Yes, sir.
Man, Performance Health Institute up by y'all.
Right.
I stopped by there a couple times. And I even went back down to Dr. Andrews Institute and got rehabbed while I was just in the portal. So I was really trying to take that serious because I couldn't go back to that. I can't. I can't have that pain no more, bro. That was different. And the second time around, I didn't use the pain pills too.
Yeah.
Right.
I wanted to, but because it hurt. But like I'm like, nah, I can't do it. Can't do it.
You don't want to be reliant. You didn't want to be reliant. Or...
I didn't want my body to know like once it feels pain, oh, you're gonna hit it with the pain pump, and then I'm gonna take this pill. Nah, we're not gonna do that. You're gonna feel this pain.
Right.
You're gonna remember that pain. You don't want to be in that pain no more.
Right. So I think one question for me for you to expound on that is, I've asked other guests that have come up here this question who have dealt with adversity, and was there a point where, during the rehab process, did you ever feel like, your love for football having to be challenged a bit at times? Because it's like, I climbed up the top of one mountain, then I fall to the bottom, and I gotta climb all over again and do it all over again. Was there a point like, why am I still doing this? Was there ever in that internal battle with your love for football due to your health?
To be honest, no. If you meet anybody that has ever grown up with me, like football is like the one thing that I really, really love. And yes, I love my parents. I love my faith. I love my friends. I love my peers. I love my teammates, all that, right? But football is like, to me, it's always been my safe haven. It's always been a place where I don't got to think about nothing. I don't got to think about the world. I don't got to think about school. I don't got to think about anything but what's on in between these white lines. And from there, now you got to play with me. Now we playing games. You feel me? So like, I've always been in a position where, or I've always worked myself to put myself in position to where when I'm on the field, it's like the playground again. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that love for the game, it started so young, and I'm such a kid now. I'm about to be 25, but I feel like I'm such a kid at heart that fire is never burning. It's like a ever burning fire inside of me that'll never go out. Right. And even when there was times where I felt like I don't want to do this no more. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like waking up for rehab. Right. I just remind myself, like, bro, come on now. Come on now. It's people that's wishing, dying every day, wishing to be in your shoes. Like, you gotta realize you don't have it as bad as you think you do.
Yeah. Could you ever, if you going through everything you went through, would you ever see yourself being in a situation where you're getting a game ball at the end of an NFL game, doing all the things you went through, knowing everything you went through? Could you ever see December 22nd, 2022? Could you see that happening?
I did, but from when it happened to, like, I would say, so from my time from BC to the day I got the game ball after, or the time I got the game ball after the Steelers game. That's
the division rival. Can't write a better story, actually. Can't write it a better story.
Man, I would say knowing myself, as you said, you started off this interview with quarterbacks having a certain type of ego. Yes, I've seen in my past, I've seen myself millions of times with a million of game balls, right? But that's as a competitor, you're gonna see those type of things. You always want to envision yourself being in those situations, but envisioning yourself in that situation and being in that situation and the time it happened, it was just like, it was surreal. It was the craziest blessing that I could ever receive at the moment. So it was amazing.
Congrats, bro, for that.
Congratulations, bro.
I'm saying,
go ahead.
You continue.
No. You're good. I was literally just gonna. I wasn't even chiming in really. I was gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Nah, that shit makes me happy because me, I'm going to my 5th year and I'm still waiting to get my shit, waiting to get my game ball. So I'm dope. Glad to see that happen for you. You just finished your rookie year. What are your goals, for this upcoming season? How was the NFL, everything you thought it'd be? Was it harder? And what are your goals this year?
100% harder. 100%. 100% harder. Everybody is faster, everybody's smarter. But like, I feel like the one major difference between college and the NFL, there's no gaps on the field as much as you think there are. In college, you could sometimes catch somebody like, oh, we know his technique is bad doing this, so we're going to exploit it. Right. You can't really do that here. So it just makes the game that much harder, and it makes the game that much more level. And I feel like it's amazing being around so many, like, completely strange athletes. Like, when I say strange, I mean, like, it's freaky athletes everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere in this league. And it's cool that we get to work as a team and then build for something. You feel me? That's like real cool to me. Yeah.
I love that. So we're gonna just pivot out of the football round real quick. I just want to pivot out real quick because I'm big into fashion. Juwann's really big into fashion. Like, we love clothes. I think obviously that comes, like I was saying to you before the show, I think it's an East Coast thing. People ask us like,
I had to go grab my hat. I said, I had to go grab my hat.
No, for real though. I was like, I just think it's an East Coast thing. Like, we have like a genuine love for fashion. I think it's from the city. I think it's from the Paid in Fools, the movies we grew up watching. The music videos, Dipset, The Locks, Wu-Tang Clan. Like, all of those really influenced, like I think, a generation on where we're from. You were a part of New York City Fashion Week. You always getting a tunnel pick because your fits be fire. Talk to me about you feel me now? For real though, if you're big trash, you don't get a tunnel pick. Like they not.
I be chilling though. I
feel you. I feel you though. I feel you. I get it. I know the subtleties. We got it, but that's what it is. When you're not trying it, you still fly. You really got it. So what was it like? Take me and Juwann through New York Fashion Week because we haven't been to our first yet. We will be soon eventually. Take us through New York City Fashion Week because that's one of my dream things to be a part of in some capacity.
So my dream of going to Fashion Week happened to get ignited when I was told, oh, you could possibly go to this show and sit front row. And I was like, huh? I said, you said what? Mind you, I'm at the brunch when this happened. So that's where the whole New York Fashion Week came about. So, the connections that I had made when I was at the brunch kind of led to the Fashion Week. They were like, hey, you heard of New York Fashion Week? I was like, yes. Who hasn't heard of New York Fashion Week? They were all right, cool. So I'm going to let you know where you got to be here, here, and here. And I was like, all right. Find out there's 1 million events, after parties, just regular cocktail events for Nike, Under Armour, Ambush, whatever companies in clothing lines you could think of. It's all there, and it's all week. They're everywhere. There's photo shoots, there's shows everywhere, literally everywhere. It could be on a side street. It could be in an alleyway.
Right.
I was walking to what's the fish spot? I can't remember. It's around the corner from Kith, but walking to this fish spot, somebody having a photo shoot right in the middle of the street. Having a photo shoot in the middle of the street. Then we got a fashion show literally 2 streets over outside. Right. So I get a text message. He was like, my publicist was like, hey, you want to walk in the show? I said, I want to do what? I sent him a video. I was like, do I want to do what? He was like, yeah, do you want to walk in the fashion show? I said, man, absolutely. I'm not even going to hesitate. And I didn't ask the designer, nothing. Didn't ask for none of that. I was like, all right, I'm going to walk. Right. I promise you, when I got off the phone with him, I practiced my walk for 36 hours straight. 36 hours I practiced that walk. I looked up on TikTok, YouTube. I called all types of models. I'm like, yo, I need to know. I just need to know how I got to walk. And it was simple. Everybody kept saying hips forward, chest up, head down, walk straight. I'm like, all right. So he was like, my publicist hit me. He was like, we got the fitting tonight. I was like, all right, cool. So I go to the fitting. I meet the designer. The designer was Romeo Hunt. Mm-hmm. So I meet Romeo Hunt, his assistants. We doing on the try on or the fitting, and coming to find out, dude is super, super cool. We end up making a TikTok, and what's so cool about the TikTok that I posted on the back end of that little dump. You know how long it took us to make that TikTok? He was determined to get it so right that we sat there, I want to say, for an hour and 20 minutes trying to make that TikTok.
Wow. You don't think that much goes.
It was cool.
But you don't think that much goes into it though.
Exactly.
I would never expect that.
That realm's different, bro. I know you saw a lot of weird shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I know you saw a lot of weird shit at the fashion.
It's New York.
Wearing, yeah.
It's New York. Right. What do you expect?
Yeah.
So what right now? What fashion trends are you not rocking with? Was there anything that's a no?
Let me see your nails, bro. Let me see your nails, bro.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
All right.
You know what's crazy, Juwann? You know what's crazy? That's what I really was trying to get at. I was like,
I'm not there yet. I won't ever get to that point. I don't think. I get the clear polish, though. I get my
facts.
You know what I
mean? One time I had a little lightning bolt on my pinky though. That was kind of all right. I was just trying to test something out. You feel me? I was trying to test something out. I'm trying to see.
All right, we'll call that phase in your life finding
Yeah.
yourself.
I had a smiley face on one pinky. I had a lighter ball on the other pinky. That was it. All clear polish.
I don't know. I think the boots is killing me right now, bro. The boots.
The Astro boots?
I can't get behind the boots. The SpongeBob boots. I can't get behind them.
I can't get behind those either.
It's Kanye's fault, bro.
Yeah. I'm actually not the biggest fan of the handkerchief over the head.
Oh no, the babushka.
I mean, the babushka is cool.
Not bad.
It's not bad, but
I
prefer the babushka around the neck more than I prefer it over the face because I just don't know. Like, I'd rather wear a fitted or something. I like it. Like, if I would wear like a Yankee fitted with it around my neck, I would rock it like that. But I don't know if I could do it over the face. I don't know, bro. What do you think about the Telfair bags? But the homies is wearing the long.
I haven't seen no guys wearing them.
I ain't seen a guy wearing one.
I've seen the long.
Yeah.
Long tail. There's two things that I want to know fashion wise. Is can we rock with? Is it the Telfair and can we do the UGG boots? Not the ones we grew up with when we were in high school. You know what I'm talking about? And no, not the moccasins, not the slipper moccasins. You know what I'm talking about?
We know.
I'm talking about the.
Listen, in Jersey, because of basketball, those UGG boots have been a thing since I was like 8, bro. Okay. The tall ones, they've been a thing since I was 8. I've never worn them. I never had them. I had the low ones. I had the chestnuts. Come on now.
Yeah, we got the
chestnuts.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those is.
I had those. But like, you can't. What you gonna say to the hooper that's dropping 45? He walked in with the tall cans on. Like, come on, bro. What you gonna say to him?
I want to ask, bro. I'm just trying to know what's going on. I just listen. Y'all the fashion
it's cozy,
guys.
Though. I ain't mad at them.
No, they comfortable. It's comfortable, but bro, like I'm not gonna front. Like it looks. I can't do tapered sweats with the high top UGG boots coming out. Like I can't. I'm not judging nobody, bro, but like I can't. That's not for me, bro. I can't. I'm willing to go for it with fashion, bro. Like I'll crack something out, but certain things I gotta back up on, man, for sure. So before we let you go, I got like two things for you, Juwann, if you got something for him too.
I mean, Drink More Water got a question.
Oh yeah. I was gonna get.
He gave us $10.
Yeah. Let me get to the super chat. I almost forgot about Drink More Water. That's a fact. Good job.
What player gave you the most difficulty during the game? This could be in high school, college, or NFL.
I think they meant quarterback.
Okay,
I think he meant
it's okay. No, it's another Anthony Brown in the league. He played for the Cowboys. I'm not even mad at it.
No, I think he meant quarterbacks. I saw him fix that actually early in the chat. He fixed that. Yeah, so he meant quarterback. And shout out to you. You're the first guest to actually read the super chat towards them. We didn't even have to do it. Shout out to you.
Yes. So Drink More Water. I feel like the player that gave me the most difficulty in the game.
Didn't you play against like Carl Lawson and the boys? Didn't you get that Clemson D line?
I done played against the people that you think I done played against.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a few guys that could go. That could be like, holy. There's a few. Like, you got a few that I could be like.
I'm telling you, my sophomore year, bro, I played safety majority of it. Like my sophomore year of high school, I played safety. I started safety. I didn't really. I played quarterback a little bit, but I didn't really play it for real. Not in my high school, at least. That boy Quentin Nelson, bro.
Oh yeah, shout out to my Colts, man.
Crazy. That boy Quentin Nelson was something serious. And you know what's even crazier about that? So I'm gonna give y'all a little background story on Quentin Nelson, right? So I'm doing scouting with my dad. I happen to go to an RBC game. Mind you, my dad lives in Tinton Falls, right off of Shrewsbury Avenue. On Shrewsbury Avenue, it's a huge like highway street, but on the other side is where RBC played at.
Right.
So we used to, when I tell you, we used to work out there every morning of the summer. We worked out there every morning of the summer. I know the area like the back of my hand. Mm-hmm. So we used to run up there or whatever. So we go to this game, right? Quentin has a crazy night, pancaking people left and right. Me and my pops go to McDonald's after the game. We go to McDonald's. We get in McDonald's. I promise you,
He was in there.
Look, it's Quentin Nelson and like 3 other dudes, but they small. When I say small, I mean like real small. You think of Quentin and you see how big he is, but I'm saying like they're 5'8", probably 5'6".
Right.
At the time. This man orders 10 McDoubles, 5 McChickens, and like 100-piece nugget. Bro, he sat there and ate the whole thing. And I was like, Dad, like, I'm about to play him. I'm about to play him like in a couple weeks. You better be ready. Better step up. I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. So, bro, we get in the game. I swear to you. Mind you, I'm playing safety. So I'm back deep.
Right.
Back deep. Bro, they ran the ball. It was like one of the first plays of the game. They ran the ball right up the middle. Dude, running back, he was number 34 at the time. I can't remember his name. He runs to the right, and I see him clear as day. Clear as day. I went to go run to him. As soon as I took my second step, bro, Quentin put his hands on my shoulder pads, bro, picked me up. My feet was dangling like this. My feet was dangling. He picked me up in the air and placed me back down so softly. I looked at him, I was like, I appreciate that. And I walked away. I'm like, yo, he really could have did me bad.
Yeah.
He could have did me bad. He spared me, though. He spared me. I wasn't talking because I already knew who he was as a person. I'm not even going to do that right now. I wasn't the senior year Anthony Brown. I wasn't that person. I wasn't that guy, pal. Like, I knew that. I knew who he was, and I'm not even going to play that game. But he did that multiple times that game. Like, not to me, but he did it to me once, and then after that, I wasn't playing with him.
He said he put me down.
I'm gonna get away from you now. Like, I'm not even gonna play with you no more.
We got another super chat for you. Shout out to the community. What was your favorite on the field moment so far?
College, NFL, and high school, and ever.
You could give us all 3 moments from all 3 or ever. Like, we could, whatever you want. This is whatever. You could give us one from every stage.
Every stage? Should we go Pop Warner? Go back Pop Warner.
Go back Pop Warner.
All right, let's go back Pop Warner. So we we didn't play. Actually, I'm gonna take the 2-week steps ahead. So I played in this AYF East-West game back in the day. This was before they cut it off. I don't know why they did, but they did. So it was the East-West game back in the day, and at the time, the quarterbacks were Jameis Winston in the high school All-American game. It was Jameis Winston and a bunch of notable other people. But I just remember Jameis at this particular moment, whatever. Remember when they used to do the Pro Bowl challenges and they used to do the quarterback challenges, the actually challenges?
Yeah.
So they did that, and they were in high school. They did that. Jameis turns around and, like, hits, like, this little disco. And throws the ball like 86 yards, bro. And I'm like, bro, he's a clown. Like, not in a bad way, but like he's goofy. And I was like, I could really be myself out here. Okay, cool. But that moment right there, I was like, man, you could really be yourself and like see people gravitate towards you.
Right.
Yeah, some people say Jameis be all goofy and stuff like that, but he has a way about him that obviously brings people to him.
Right.
And he did back then. He made me a fan back then. That was cool to see. High school, Lead 11 for sure.
Fire.
Take these casuals through the Elite 11, man, because they don't know.
So at the time, this was the Elite 11 semifinals in LA, and I think my class was me, Jalen Hurts, Dwayne Haskins, Felipe Franks, Jet Duffy,
heard that name.
Pierre King, who else? Shea Patterson. Man, it's so many people.
Wasn't in your class. Wimbush wasn't your class?
Year before.
Are you class 2015 or 16?
16. Wimbush.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm 15 too. Okay.
So 3 days out in LA competing, 30 quarterbacks in the country. and that was like, it was cool. That started a lot of friendships that I have now. And man, that was a crazy experience. College, whew, I don't know. Ohio State or being USC at USC for the championship. I don't know. I don't know. That's hard.
Ooh.
That was my
USC is
game plan for Oregon too. So just think about that. That was my first time ever touching the field. My first play as an Oregon Duck was a touchdown.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
That game was just, it was, I don't know. Man.
That's tough. Yeah, you got. I mean, both of those could be the same moment in terms of like, you know, the magnitude.
Yeah, I'll say they were. Like, even though it was the COVID season, we won the Pac-12 championship, which is crazy. Like that,
crazy, bro.
It's different. And unbeknownst to God, like we weren't. I don't know if we were supposed to be in that situation, but we were supposed to be there, and we showed up when we were supposed to be there, or when we were there.
Right.
So like that was crazy. And then I would say my favorite moment so far in the league. I had a lot. I got a lot. I don't know. I got a lot.
You gotta take one. You gotta take one, bro. You gotta take one. You gotta give us one good one.
One good one.
Because you got another dono. We got to ask you another question. Not even the question that me and Juwann got. Somebody else got another question for you.
It's a play. What's crazy is a play that didn't count. Playing against the Bengals, I roll out to my right, and man, I throw the ball to James Prochet, my dog. And it was just like, it was on the line, and I'm like, man, hold on. You here now. Like, you're here for real. Like, that wasn't quick game. That wasn't naked. That wasn't nothing like that was all improv right there.
Right.
You back, like, you're being yourself again in a situation where you didn't feel like you could be yourself at the time. Right. Keep being you. That right there was like a turning point for me, because even in the second half of the game, played much better than the first. And I started to get a lot more comfortable. So like that moment in the game, I was just like, okay, you can continue to be yourself. Don't hesitate. Just let it go.
I love that. So we got another dono from Hydro. Shout out to my dog Hydro. Yeah, this is a great question. What was your favorite jersey? Oh, he's about to back out the jersey. He's backing out the jersey.
You gotta back out the jersey. Hold on.
He's backing out the jersey.
Jeez, bro.
Nigga
played at Oregon, bro. That shit's crazy.
Man. By far, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I won't give this jersey away, but by far, it's definitely this one. If I can flip this camera, I hope I can. Oh, I can't, but definitely it's my number one go-to. Like, that's my favorite one right here.
This shit hard.
That's
my favorite one.
Pac-12 be having some unis sneaky, bro. I'm telling you.
I mean, Pac-12, yeah. I mean, y'all definitely got some unis. I'll give it to you. That jersey is gas, AB. That joint is gas.
I gotta hang that one up, man.
You gotta hang that up. That joint is crazy. Or you could just send it to me, man. You know, I'll take one of them. You feel me? Sign that bad boy, put the Roc Nation paper plane on it, and send it to me. I'll take it off your hands. So before we let you go, AB, we had to get through them super chats. Shout out to y'all for asking AB them fire questions. My boy Ben, shout out to my boy Ben. He's a big time Oregon Duck fan. His name is Brandon from the block in the chat. He's the biggest Oregon fan ever. So, I just want to make sure he get his shout out because he's always riding for y'all, bro. He rides for the Ducks heavy in here. Sharing a locker room with Lamar Jackson, because this is actually one of the questions somebody asked me to ask you actually in the DM prior when we started posting you. People just want to know, like, what's it like sharing a locker room or a quarterback room with two other Pro Bowl quarterbacks, you, Lamar and Tyler. What have you learned from them? And just talk to me, like, what is that dynamic like between y'all?
Man, I learned so much from Snoop and even Lamar, just like every day. And situational things, even watching film like on them and learning like what we do and especially like their tactics and how we play and how people like really defend us because obviously we're all quarterbacks that can throw and run. It's a different dynamic in how people like defend our team or attack us or try to attack us.
Right.
It's an interesting dynamic because we're all like the same age and and like I knew Lamar in college because I played against him, so it was like I knew him, he knew Snoop growing up, so like it's like we all just friends. We talk like we
there for sure
every day,
right?
And it's cool. And also we got Josh right now, vet, but he teaches me so much by like just watching him and listening to him every day. It's like it's so different because he's been in my shoes, he's been in Lamar's shoes, he's been in Snoop's shoes before. And I feel like not taking that any information that he gives me or any information that I hear from him over here or anything would be like a disservice to myself. Right. And I just feel like I can learn every day regardless of what it is because this is just my second year in the NFL. Yeah. Lamar has been here for about 5 years.
6.
6?
Yeah, this is 6. This is my 5th.
Yeah. Facts.
Crazy.
Man.
Them boys aging like dog years in the NFL. That boys
like it's I don't know, it's so much I can learn from them and still to this day. And we continue to learn from each other, even though I'm just a young guy. So
I'll be forgetting Juwann is year 5. I swear I thought it was like year 3 for him, yo. I'm like, yo, that boys has really been in the thick of it.
Years flying by, man.
Crazy. Facts, man.
Crazy. Word. Juwann, you got one more for him before we get out of here?
I'ma just say good luck this season. I need that jersey. We got you guys. Hold on.
Somebody's calling our boy.
Yeah,
they're calling him about the brunch.
Yeah. I'm gonna need that jersey, yo. We see y'all Colts. We got the Ravens this year. I'm not sure when, but I'm gonna need that jersey.
Yes.
Wait,
hold on.
I heard you.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Y'all play each other on schedule this year. Is it in Indy or in Baltimore?
I want to say Baltimore.
I think it's here, yeah.
Their Players' Choice Upper Management, PC Unleashed, will be at that game. I need tickets from one end. We'll have the cameras. We will do it big, but we will be there for sure because I need to be at that game. We'll make sure we get on that. We will make sure we're at that game. Hopefully we get y'all jersey swap filmed or something, but we definitely want to get that footage. Y'all definitely playing against each other. That would be so dope. And your top 5, before you go, they're gonna want to know top 5 quarterbacks all time. All time.
Tom gotta be up there.
Yeah.
But
actually, for your all-time list, everybody only retired guys, nobody active, only guys out the league. Okay. Only guys that are not playing football no more.
Now,
so you can't do like Rodgers yet. You can only do like,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Steve Young.
Okay.
I like Steve Young a lot because
yo, one of those comments. No. One of the comments is crazy.
What do you say?
Oh no, who that is?
I love it though. I think he left by accident. But damn, we didn't get his list. Shout out to Woke TV though, because thanks for the compliment, I guess. I'm gonna give AB a sense to get back. Here we go. He's right there. Okay, cool. He's back.
They try to kick me off.
Yeah, you're good. You said Steve, so you got Tom, Steve Young,
Randall,
Cunningham,
Brett. You said Brett Favre.
Mm-hmm. He kind of has to go in there. He has to.
You got Brett Favre, Randall Cunningham. You need a fifth.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see him as number 5, but I personally feel as if he did not go to jail, he would be. Yeah.
Vic.
Shout out Vic, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Vic. Shout out Vic. All right, I like it. Well, AB, We appreciate you so much for coming on the platform, bro. We definitely want to link up with you again. I hope I could get you in Seattle before you go to training camp. I'm trying to get Juwann here before training camp too. I think we could put something
together.
together.
Juwann?
I'm telling you, I'm trying to get both. Yeah, I'm trying to get both of y'all in Seattle before the year's up. Y'all can even throw to each other or something. I could probably get us a field. I could do whatever y'all got. Get some work out here. You know what I'm saying? I could make it work both of y'all while. I could make it work both of y'all while. Y'all just gotta meet me halfway. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for coming on. AB, good luck this season, man. We are definitely rooting for you here at Players Choice. Juwann, you know we root for you too with your endeavors this season. And to the Players Choice community, we appreciate y'all for tapping in. And with that being said, chat, we'll see y'all later. And that is a wrap.